Hey, Mark from Sound Matters here, and in today's video we're just going to do a very simple unboxing of the VMP Essentials release for November. So in my hand here I have a copy of Usher Confessions, which was a huge, massive hit back in 2004. This is quite an exciting release because it's the first time that the special edition has been released on vinyl, and I'm particularly excited to see what the gold nugget coloured vinyl looks like when we unbox that. So without further ado, let's get straight into it and see what the pressing is like. So straight up, first and foremost, here's the album all packaged up nicely. We've got the hype sticker over here that just gives us a little bit of the background straight up and the key things about this release. So this is actually the first time that the special edition of Usher's Confessions from 2004 has been released on vinyl. And that's quite exciting. Massive album from the time, of course. And the lacquers were cut by Barry Grint at Air. Know Barry very well. That's Alchemy Mastering at Air Studios in London. So a great mastering house and a great engineer that's been behind the release and the cutting of this particular record. It's a double LP. It's been pressed onto gold nugget vinyl, which I'm really excited to see because the previews, the teaser videos from VMP of this looked really interesting. How this actually looks in the flesh, I'll be very keen to see. And of course we get our booklet with our notes in it and our story behind the album, and we get our 12-inch art piece, which you can see on the back of the record here. So without further ado, let's get the packaging off of this and get straight into the actual record itself. Right, so here we have the album with the film removed, of course, and we always have these inserts with VMP Essentials releases. Just gives us the story behind the album. There's some superb writers at VMP that really gives us the backstory behind each release. Usher Confessions, a massive hit in 2004. Usher used a really unique storytelling approach to his songwriting that was really unique to the R&B genre at the time and appealed widely to a huge amount of people. There was no avoiding this album in 2004. It was absolutely huge. It was everywhere. So massive album, big release for a lot of people, which is why we're unboxing this today. So the release itself is not a gatefold or anything like that, but it is a really nice premium release as always from VMP. So we've got this spot foiling here in the gold, adds a bit of texture, a bit of sheen, makes it feel like a nice premium version of the album. And of course, because it is exclusive to VMP, the same foiling is on the back here that matches, that just adds to the premium feel. Okay, so inside the album cover, of course, we've got our notes booklet. This is written by the VMP writers, gives us a backstory behind the entire album. We can enjoy that, make it more of an experience and flick through that whilst listening to the record, which I always like to do anyway. But let's get to the star of the show, shall we? These are the record sleeves, so it's a double LP that we've got here, and of course all the artwork on this side and that side that you can see for yourself, and the same on the second LP here, and on the back there with all our liner notes. But I'm really keen to see this gold nugget vinyl. It just looks really stunning from the VMP teaser videos, so let's get straight into that. I'm dying to see what this looks like. So let's just gently reveal that, and it's a gold nugget vinyl, as I say. It almost looks textured. Just, I don't know if you can, hopefully that's coming across on the camera as it catches on my lights, but you can see it almost looks mountainous, like this gold nugget effect, right? Now, it feels it's smooth to the touch in the dead wax here, but it almost looks as though it's completely bubbling. Yeah, I guess gold nugget is probably the best way to describe what the effect is, but just look at the colour of that. It does look golden in colour. You know, very often gold effects look quite yellow really in the flesh, but that does look genuinely almost like gold foil. Just the way, I don't know how they've achieved that in the pressing process, but one of the things I just love about the vinyl format is just all of the things that you can do and what you can do with a physical medium. And this is one of the most stunning coloured records or effect records that I have personally seen. I think you'll agree that that is really quite something special and makes it a real experience and a collector's piece in its own right. That's really stunning. And we'll pull out the second record as well and just take a look and see whether it varies in any way, which of course they're all going to, and that's all part of the joy. Your copy is going to be slightly different. You know, how it blends and melts, you know, the biscuit of the vinyl when they press it is going to be slightly different on one to the other, so they're all going to vary ever so slightly. Yeah, and that one is quite a lot different. The ripples in that are almost smaller and more intense, but really cool. I'm really chuffed with that. That is just quite the stunning piece. So it's like as soon as you get into the dead wax area, that's where this kind of real nugget effect is. It really looks genuinely like gold, you know, almost like fool's gold type look about it. You know, the kind of fool's gold rocks you can get, so that kind of thing, right? So yeah, it certainly plays into the R&B bling, doesn't it? You know, just look at that, absolutely beautiful. So yeah, that's basically it in terms of what we get in the release. Gives you a bit of a flavour for what this particular version of the record is like, this VMP exclusive. But of course we've got the art print, which I haven't shown you yet as well. So here's the 12-inch art print. They're 12 inches, same as a record sleeve, so you can basically put them inside a record frame and you can put them up in your room. So as I say, I did that with the Doors one, and it's behind me in this record room. So yeah, that pretty much concludes the unboxing. Really cool stuff, and I think you'll agree a pretty nice collector's piece for any Usher fans out there. That concludes today's unboxing. Of course, if you're an Usher fan, please do head to the link in the description below where you can check out the VMP release for yourself. It's a really beautiful pressing of this record and a great collector's piece for any fans out there of Usher from back in the day. So thanks ever so much for watching, and if you like the t-shirt I'm wearing, which is this vinyl one here, then please do check out our shop. Also, I'll put a link in the description below where you can check out a whole range of our vinyl related merch celebrating the rebirth and the continued joy that people get from vinyl records. So thanks ever so much for watching. Please do consider subscribing if you're new here, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers, bye.